Hi there junior and senior developers alike. We are on the roll. Next find method is ahead of us. This time it will be findLast, which will look at the things from a different perspective. Let's check it out together. The method findLast iterates the array in a reverse order and returns the value of the first element that satisfies the provided testing function. If no value satisfies the testing function, undefined is returned. Of course, at this point, you know that the method has a callback function as an argument. This can again be an arrow function or good old plain JavaScript function. Either way, the callback method expects certain arguments. The element currently being processed in the array, index of this element, and the array the method was called upon. Let's check out the basic usage of this method in the following code block. The basic example covers the method being used in a typical scenario. No crazy exceptions or weird edge cases. First invocation of the method on an array with greetings gets us the last element longer than 6 characters. In our case, it is greeting Namaste. The second call to the method uses element and index in tandem, and it returns the last element greater than 200 while having an odd index. Funnily enough, the result is the same as with the method find, because by pure coincidence, the value 325 is the only one in the whole array that fits the condition. So it doesn't really matter whether we traverse the array from start or from the end, we reach the same item anyways. The last call utilizes all 3 arguments, and it checks for the last element of the array smaller than the previous one. We get the value f because its predecessor is g, which is greater. The array we work with does not have to consist only of primitive values. The second code block will show you how to easily work with objects as well. Both examples deal with an array that contains 3 objects representing 3 different types of fruits. Each fruit item has 2 properties, name and sweetness. The first example is implemented using standard function. It checks the sweetness of a given element, and if it is greater than 5, it returns true. The given object is returned. Again, since the array is pretty small and only one item fits the condition, the result is the same as with method find. The second example shows how to achieve the same thing, but this time using the arrow function and destructuring to get the sweetness property directly without having to call the object itself. The second example searches for the first item with sweetness less than 4. The next section shows how the findLast method handles sparse arrays. Nothing new here at this point. Empty slots are visited and are treated as if they contained value undefined. Let's make sure, however, it is really like that in the next block of code. As we can see from the output into the console, the findLast method indeed traverses the array from the end towards the start. We do not skip empty or undefined items, but output them as undefined values. The last exercise I will present to you today will showcase how to deal with array-like objects and what is their default behavior with method findLast. Let's check it out. Just like with any other array method, the length property is the ultimate guide on the range of available numeric properties. The only indices processed are 0, 1, and 2. Since each of them is less than the previous one, our find method does not find anything and returns undefined. Once we extend the length property to include the value with index 3, the result will change. Suddenly we have an item that is greater than its predecessor. Simply put, the value s is greater than the value d. Another one of the methods from the find family is done. There is only one of them left, and then we move on to greener pastures. If you like my content, please share, like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification icon as hard as you can to know when the new video comes out. Thanks for your attention, and I will see you again next time.